what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. This time, instead of gaming, I want to talk about games. So, the game that I want to talk about is Cosmic Wheel Sisterhood, because it was the first game that I got on my Switch, and it was the first game I played on it, so I want to talk about it. I want to tell you what I thought about it, and yeah, let's launch into this. So, the first thing I'm going to do is tell you a little bit about the game, in case that you just haven't come across it yet. But it came out in 2023. It was made by Deconstruct Team, and it's pretty new. So it's kind of an adventure game, and you play as Fortuna is your main character, and she is a witch, which sounds pretty funky, right? And she's been banished to an asteroid to live on her own for, I can't remember how long it was, but she's been there already for 200 years when you start to play her. And that's when, well, the whole thing is basically centered around her, and each witch will have a particular power or particular like magical persuasion, and hers is tarot. So she's a divination expert, and she, well, you basically learn a lot about how to predict the future as her. So how much did I spend on this game? I can find it now on the Nintendo like library for about £15.79 because I'm in the UK. That's not what I paid for it, I'll be honest. I got it in a sale, but I will tell you at the end of this video if I would pay that price now. So first of all, let's talk about the visual aspect of the game. If you've seen pixelated games like Chrono Trigger, Stardew Valley, that's a different kind of pixelation. This is still pixelated, but it puts together more of the scene for you. Whereas I feel like Chrono Trigger and Stardew Valley, it leaves it more to your imagination to fill in those extra details. It's still a really visually pleasing game, I won't lie to you. I think it's really pretty, and I really enjoyed looking at all the different scenery and everything that was put into there. I think it's really well done. So some of the things which I really liked about this game and some of the things which I didn't like about this game, or things which I didn't like as much, let's launch into that. So if you like creative games, then I would say this game is for you, because the game is very, well, it's a creation game. You don't just predict the future with a tarot deck, you create the deck. And the way you do this is entirely up to you. There's lots of different options, lots of different ways to kind of tweak the design, and I think that's quite fun. So I really enjoy the aspect of just putting together kind of art, which I like doing. So if you like that, and it's you like something very chilled out, something you can just relax and play, so it's not very tension heavy, you're not battling anything, it's a very relaxing game, then I would say this game is for you. So in terms of controls, it's very easy to use. I would say that's a positive, but if you want a downside of it, you don't really get to control your character, which I personally really like. I like to move my character and make my character go wherever. You do get to do that, sort of, but it's more you're clicking somewhere and she's moving in response to it. So there's only a few places that she's going to go. I do think it's an easy game to use though. There's no difficult controls, there's no massive abundance of options that you have to consider to progress in the game. So it's, as I said, it goes along with the relaxing aspect that it's quite simple and really chilled out. So if you like a really big story in a game, this one has it. The Cosmic Wheel Sisterhood has it. It is all about sisterhood, so you do get to see a lot of different characters, and they're all very creative. So there is a lot of story in it, but my downside would be, for me, how the story was played out was a ridiculous amount of dialogue. In my opinion, I think it was so much dialogue. So if you like to read a lot, then yeah, sure. If you don't like to read huge amounts of text, then that is a downside. I like a bit of both. I like it to be very even when I do my story, but because you are sort of mainly in one scene, it is it's a challenging aspect. There's just a lot of dialogue. That's how you get the story. So if you aren't really into reading a lot and you skip through it like quickly, then you are gonna miss quite a lot of the story. So one of the positives is that this game has many endings. So it's not just one ending, it is multiple, and it is based on your choices. So it's a choice-based story game. So whatever you choose evolves the game and evolves the story. So you can get lots of different creative endings. So it's one of those games in a nutshell that you can play multiple times, and it is a single player game. So if you like to replay your games and you're one of those people that really enjoy the experience, so you want to do it again, you can, and you can do it differently. So do I think that this is a good game? It is a good game, but I think it's designed for a very specific kind of gamer. So you're gonna enjoy it more if you like relaxed games which aren't action heavy, so fighting heavy. So you don't have a character that goes through a whole world and is going to be battling a lot and lots of swords. And if you are very much like, okay, that's fine, I can live without it, this game is for you. It's very relaxed. There's nothing heavy about it. Me personally, I quite like the fighting aspect. I like a game that's got rough and tumble in it. So for me, it was kind of too relaxing, if that even makes sense. I found myself thinking, oh, you know, this is not as magical as I expected. I don't know what I expected, but I thought witch, and I was like, ooh. But it is a very unique game anyway. I really enjoy the creative aspect of it, the option aspect. I like to choose things, and I like my choices to count, and they do essentially in the game. So I did enjoy the game, but I am more of a explorer in a world kind of person. But it is a good game. But would I pay $15.79 for it? No, personally no. But then I feel like it is very subjective to the kind of gamer that you are, because some people would absolutely pay that. There's other reviews that I've seen where the game is like 10 out of 10 for them, and I think that that's something to take into account. So there's so many good aspects about the game, but I wouldn't pay $15.79 for it. I think I must have got it in the sale for about like £5 something, maybe. I will double check that. Maybe that's a huge exaggeration of what I thought I paid for it, but I was happy to pay that for how I felt about the game. That it wasn't quite suited to me as a gamer, but I really feel like it is a good game, very unique, and it would be definitely suited if that's the kind of like relaxed gaming style that you have, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. So, one of the other things to note here is how long does it take to complete the game? I can't remember how long I took to complete the game. I'm going to double check that, but I've read that it takes about 7.5 hours, but to 11 hours if you really want to be thorough with it. I feel like I didn't spend that long on it, but maybe I wasn't thorough enough. I don't know. We'll see. But it is quite lengthy gameplay. It is quite a long game, I would say. It does feel that you get quite a lot out of it. So if you like a game that's going to last and you're not just going to be done with it very quickly, then that's also a positive for this game. So one other positive that I'm also going to go for is that the game is actually quite inclusive. So it is a little bit about feminism, it is a little bit about being whoever you want to be. So different characters will, it does talk about, you know, who they want to be and who they were in a different life kind of thing. So it can be quite deep as well. So there's a lot of that in there. It's very inclusive of whoever you want to be. So that's a very positive about the game. That also adds to the creative aspect of it, so I really like that about it. So this is the rating that I'm going to give the game, and some people give it way more than that, but to me this is just my opinion on the game. Is it a good game? Yes. Is it really for me? Not entirely. But I've told you a little bit about the game, so if you find those kind of things really tick your boxes, then this game is 100% for you. And if you're more of my type of gaming, then you've also been warned, so you know what games to go for. So if you really enjoyed this review, please leave any comments, subscribe, give me a like, and hopefully I will rate every single game, and I will have a whole list for you guys to look through so that you can see how I get on with my games. See ya.